Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckhouse here with the Man Hour. Be sure to head over to manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page. Check out the blog section as well. We got a great for you show you guys lined up for today. It is Overreaction Tuesday right here on the January 10th edition of Man Hour Sports here on manhourradio.com. Of course, you can find us at youtube.com/Man Hour Sports and Facebook.com/Man Hour Sports. We are going to talk about Brandin Cooks and his possible landing spots for the 2023 NFL season. We're going to talk about Tom Brady's basically owning the Dallas Cowboys ever since he has started playing against them. Brian Daboll says playoff experience is overrated. And then, of course, going to talk a little bit about Josh Jacobs as well. But first, it's time to get shut up. NFL is a very, very great thing. No question about it. There are many highs and there's many lows in a part of an NFL season. And right now, Lamar Jackson is on a very much of a low of this NFL season. He has not played the last 4 weeks with a knee injury. This is the second year in a row that he has experienced a knee injury at the end of the year. Huntley has come in and kind of tried to hold his jockstrap for a little bit, but in the end, it really couldn't be done. This year, they actually did make the playoffs, so there's a bonus with that. But, guys, let me ask you this question. Is Lamar Jackson trying to prove a point with this whole sitting out this season? The injury that he has sustained was only supposed to last about 1 to 3 weeks. We're going on week number 5 now. Coach Harbaugh says he doesn't know his status, and he is the head coach of this team. So when I say Lamar Jackson is trying to prove a point, he is up for contract. He is an unrestricted free agent at the end of this season. He has turned down a $230 million contract, and he basically wants more guaranteed money in the end. So when we look at it, when we look at other quarterbacks around the league, let's look at the top 5 contracts in the NFL right now. Obviously, we have Patrick Mahomes at number 1, $450 million over the next 10 years. Josh Allen, $258 million over the next 6 years. Russell Wilson, $245 for the next 5 years. Kyler Murray, $230 million, and then Deshaun Watson's $230 million guaranteed money. So when he turned down a $230 million contract, it was $130 million guaranteed. When we look at other guaranteed contracts in the league, Deshaun Watson, $230 million guaranteed. Murray, $190 million guaranteed. Russell Wilson, $165 million guaranteed. Aaron Rodgers, $150 guaranteed. And Josh Allen is $150 guaranteed as well. List of those 5 quarterbacks. Is Lamar Jackson better than any 5 of those quarterbacks on that list? Deshaun Watson, Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen. I could possibly give you Russell Wilson right now, but new offense, kind of a sluggish team, whatever, right? Let's say that judgment for next season. Is Lamar Jackson better than Josh Allen? No. Is Lamar Jackson better than Aaron Rodgers? No. Is Lamar Jackson better than Kyler Murray? No. Is Lamar Jackson better than Deshaun Watson? No. So how can he want to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL when those top 5 guaranteed contracts, he's not better than one of them? Not better than one of them. Now, let's look at the biggest contract. Deshaun Watson, Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. Any better of those? No, he is not. Average contract value, Aaron Rodgers, $50 million. Better than him? Nope. Russell Wilson, $49 million per year? Nope. Kyler Murray, $46? Nope. Deshaun Watson, $46 million? Nope. Patrick Mahomes, $45 million? Nope. So Lamar Jackson wants to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. I get it, right? The next quarterback's supposed to be the next highest paid, whatever. We get it. Okay, Lamar Jackson. Let's dive into the stats here. Rookie year, we're going to throw that out because he only played 7 or 8 games, right? Let's just throw that out. MVP year, 2019. Pretty good year, right? 3,100 yards passing, 36 touchdowns to, interceptions here, to 6 interceptions, a QBR ranking of 83. Not terrible, right? But the next year, 2020, COVID year, right? 2,700 yards passing, 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, QBR ranking of 67. Last year, 2021, 2,800 yards passing, 16 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, QBR ranking of 50. This year, 2,200 yards passing, 17 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, QBR ranking of 59. Does that sound like a quarterback that is trending up? Does that sound like a quarterback that is worth the $250 million guaranteed contract? Does that sound like a quarterback that is going to transcend your franchise? No, it is not. Face it, in the end, guys, Lamar Jackson is going to be a backup in the league in just a couple years. Hell, it might be next year. The Ravens are probably going to franchise tag him, give it a prove-it year, and then bada bing, bada boom, he is going to end up a backup for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Houston Texans. Do you guys want to take one step further? Let's look at the playoffs. How many playoffs wins has he, when time matters, when crunch time is going down? Lamar Jackson, 1 playoff win. Just one. Last 2 seasons, the last 4 games of the season, when it's time to crunch, when it's time to nut up and play, where has he been? He's been on the bench. Oh, my knee hurts. Oh, my back hurts. Oh, this. Man, at the end of the day, nut up and fucking play football. Didn't you promise the Baltimore Ravens a Super Bowl ring in your first 5 years? And your coach doesn't even know if you're going to play on Sunday versus the Cincinnati Bengals? Arguably one of the biggest games of your season? And you don't even know if you're going to play? It's Wednesday. Well, is it Wednesday? I don't even know what day it is. He doesn't even know if you're going to play yet. We'll know more on Thursday. Shut up with that. Shut up with that. Lamar Jackson, you are 100% stupid. You are hurting your team, you're hurting yourself, and you're hurting your future in the NFL by doing what you're doing. Cue that intro. Are you ready for the best damn radio show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
You don't want to be every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that then. While I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who's coming to the stage. Sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the core. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, then listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Stripes like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches, won't cut short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzzer beaters. We coming live, all 3 speakers go.
Let the beat build, Buck. Let them keep guessing. What's going on? And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Bakacha here with the Man Hour. January 10th edition of the Man Hour 2023, guys. This year, 10 days already into the new year, and things are going great over here at Man Hour. It is Tuesday, so that means Overreaction Tuesday here. We're going to give you a little bit of sprinkle. We're going to let you know if it's an overreaction or underreaction. Obviously, I went in a little bit about Lamar Jackson. If you guys have missed that, a replay will happen at midnight tonight, so check that out. Or you can go ahead to youtube.com/Man Hour and check out the clips each and every day. We upload clips every 3 hours over there, starting at 8 a.m. in the morning. So you do the math: 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m., 5 p.m., 8 p.m., 11 p.m., 2 a.m. The cycle never quits. Every 3 hours. Actually, I do it on Facebook and YouTube. So be sure to subscribe or follow whatever platform you are listening to us on. It is Tuesday edition, so we're going to talk a little bit about Brandon Cooks. Is he wanted in the NFL? Over or underreaction on that? Tom Brady owns the Dallas Cowboys, 7-0 versus the Dallas Cowboys in his career. Is it time to go 7-1, or will he be 8-0? We'll talk about that. Brian Daboll says playoff experience is overrated. What? This is coming from a guy that has a lot of playoff experience and saying overrated. Come on, man. Slow it down now. And Josh Jacobs What does his future look like for the Las Vegas Raiders moving forward? But first, we got to welcome some people into the chat here. We see my man Carlos jumping in the chat here. What's up, Carlos? He says, tell Chris, thanks for AJ. So last night we had Chris on for Titans and the Truth. And Carlos must be an Eagles fan. So bada bing, bada boom. There you go, Chris. There you go, Carlos. You're welcome for AJ. I'm not a Titans fan. Fly, Eagles, fly, as he says. We see my man Alpha Rob in the chat. We see Drew in the chat. Arthur Brown in the chat. Guys, what is up? What is up? What is up? Keep scrolling up. You guys should blow up the chat on YouTube already. It's awesome. Wiki Cuban Buck Pirate Martinez says Hooter wings are amazing. We talked about that last night. Man, you guys are a lot of references from last night. I absolutely love it. Who else we got here? We got Combsy Jr. in the chat. He says Chiefs versus Vikings Super Bowl. Maybe or not. Also hitting us up with the Man Hour Nation. And then we got my man Wayne G popping in the chat. Guys, Wayne G is joining us tonight. What is up, Wayne G? We're going to talk a lot of New England Patriots moving forward. So bada bing, bada boom. And D's Nuts are in the chat. What is up, D's Nuts? He says, Coach can't win a critical game. Lamar, stay on the sidelines and Eli Manning to pick up your destination. Pack your bag like Carson Palmer did to trade me. Do like Tom Brady, force a trade. Be like Peyton Manning and force a trade. Peyton Manning did not force a trade, by the way. And be like Tua and get your bum coach fired. Get paid. Don't listen to these clowns, says D's Nuts. Okay. Arthur Brown says, what up, Buck? What is up, Arthur Brown? Glad you are popping in today. Hey, fins up, man. Fins up with my man Arthur Brown there. He's been riding his team all season long, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Congratulations on that, man. But it is time for Overreaction Tuesday. Overreaction Tuesday. So the first overreaction that we are going to talk about today, guys, is Tom Brady's saga in Tampa Bay. As you guys know, Tom Brady is 7-0 versus the Dallas Cowboys in his career, dating back to his time with the New England Patriots, I should say. With all that being said, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are hosting the Dallas Cowboys in a 4-5 seed NFC playoff game coming up, a Monday night game. It is the Monday night game, so very, very intriguing. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Dallas Cowboys have already met this season, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers kind of flex on them, right? The Dallas Cowboys were kind of lost at best in that game. So when we think of Tom Brady, obviously we think of greatness, right? We think of how great he has been, how dominant he has been. And versus the Dallas Cowboys, it has been no way. So when we look up the stats, his first game versus the Dallas Cowboys was back in 2003, November 16th. It was the Patriots versus the Cowboys. He was 15 for 34, 41 completion percentage for 212 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 2 sacks. QBR ranking of 64. Is that good? I don't know. I mean, probably not. But I mean, that is way back when. Let's look at the last two meetings. The first meeting was 2021, the September 9th game. That was the week. Was that the opening game of the season? I think that was the opening game of the season as well. Tom Brady went 32 for 50, 64% completion percentage, 379 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Absolutely went off versus the Dallas Cowboys. That was coming off that Super Bowl year and just flexed on them, right? This season, 18 for 27, 212 yards, 7.99 yards per pass, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. So I'm going to ask you guys this. Is it an overreaction or an underreaction that the Dallas Cowboys will give Tom Brady his first loss playing the Cowboys in the playoffs this season? And guys, that is not an overreaction. It is not. The Dallas Cowboys are arguably one of the most dangerous teams in the NFL. I know what I said. I said that that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a dangerous team. You really don't want to play them, right? Playing with house money, right? The Dallas Cowboys got embarrassed last week versus the Commanders. They played their starters in the first 3 quarters, right? I think Dak had like 19 yards rushing. Pollard had maybe like 7. Dak threw two interceptions, like another pick six, right? The Cowboys looked horrendous versus a Commanders team that is out of the playoffs, had nothing to play for except to upset the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are now pissed off. They have something to prove. People are like, oh, they're limping into the playoffs, whatever. One game where it didn't really matter. Okay, I get it. 2023 NFL playoffs, Tom Brady will get his first loss versus the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys will beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this weekend, this Monday night in the playoffs. There's no question in my mind. Cowboys are pissed off. Micah Parsons is pissed off. Van Der Esch should play. Dak will probably throw another pick six. But hey, who really cares when you have the best defense in the league? Besides the San Francisco 49ers. I say that under my breath because fans 49ers are freaking good. But yes, it is not an overreaction. It is a fair statement that Tom Brady will get his first loss versus the Dallas Cowboys this season. Arthur Brown says, which Dallas team is showing up against the Tom Brady and the Bucs? It is going to be the Dallas Cowboys team that beat the Philadelphia Eagles 40-34 on Christmas Eve. That is the Dallas Cowboys team that is going to show up. The Dallas Cowboys team that went on a 4 or 5 game stretch with Cooper Rush as a quarterback. That is the team that is a team that is going to show up versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're going to be lasered in, they're going to be focused, and they're going to win this football game, Arthur Brown. Too inconsistent, he says. Yeah, 100% correct. They are very inconsistent. But the good thing about the Dallas Cowboys is 9 times out of 10. Let me rephrase that. The best thing about the Dallas Cowboys this season, 9 times out of 10, when the offense struggles, the defense steps up. When the defense struggles, the offense steps up. Despite the Commanders game last week. Let's look at the Eagles game on Christmas Eve. The defense was struggling a little bit. The offense stepped up and scored 40. Previous in the year, Dak Prescott went down. The offense was mediocre at best, right? The defense stepped up and carried them. That is what is great about this Dallas Cowboys team this season. Yin and yang. When one is struggling, the other steps up. That is a recipe for success in the playoffs. Defense is going to do well. Even if the defense doesn't show up versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I have faith that the Cowboys offense will go toe-to-toe with the Buccaneers offense. No question in my mind. None whatsoever. Did Jalen Hurts play that game? No. Jalen Hurts did not play against the Dallas Cowboys on Christmas Eve. Did Dak Prescott play against the Eagles when they lost to week 6? No. That's an invalid point. You have to play who you play. Just because your best player, your MVP candidate happened to be hurt. I use that term very loosely because I don't even know if he was very hurt, to be honest with you. But no, he did not play that game versus the Dallas Cowboys on Christmas Eve. Dak Prescott did not play against the Eagles earlier in the season. You gotta, the next man up in the NFL, man. It's always the next man up. Correct me if I'm wrong. Always next man up. Moving on. Overreaction Tuesday. People love to criticize me about my pronunciation of names. So, Brian Daboll, am I saying that right? Daboll, right? Let me know if I'm saying that right. Daboll. I don't know. Nonetheless, Giants head coach Brian Daboll says playoff experience is overrated. I know all about overrated here, guys. I let you guys know what is overrated all the time here. But on this Overreaction Tuesday, is Brian Daboll right? Guys, Brian Daboll is absolutely wrong on this. This is an overreaction to him thinking that playoff experience is overrated. What is so great about Tom Brady in the playoffs? He has the experience. He knows what to expect. That makes him so great. He has that killer instinct going into the playoffs, and he knows what to expect. Why did the Kansas City Chiefs lose the first AFC Championship game versus the Patriots a couple years ago? Because they didn't have the experience. Yes, D4 lined up offsides, and that still haunts me to this day. But making it to the playoffs is not enough if you do not know what to expect. The Jacksonville Jaguars and the Chargers game is going to probably be a very, very odd game to watch because no team has experience. Justin Herbert has never been to the playoffs. Trevor Lawrence has never been to the playoffs. It could be a very, very ugly game very, very fast. Meaning like 3-2 type score. Going to be very, very ugly. So Brian Daboll to say that playoff experience is overrated, this guy must be really trying to hype up his team. Like, yeah, we haven't been there since 2016. Nobody here has ever had a playoff victory, whatever, yada, yada, yada. Like, come on, baby. Slow it down. What makes a team like the Kansas City Chiefs going into the playoffs so dangerous? They've been there 7 straight years. What makes the Tampa Bay Buccaneers so dangerous? Tom Brady literally has spent over half of his NFL career in the NFL. Or in the playoffs, I should say. If you break it down, Tom Brady has spent over half of his life in the NFL. Over half of his NFL career has been spent in the playoffs. That is longer than Lamar Jackson's career. Tom Brady has played more playoff games than Lamar Jackson has played regular season games. Take that into perspective. How does experience overrated? Lamar Jackson's like 1-3 in the playoffs, right? Tom Brady has like 100 games in the playoffs. He knows what to expect. Lamar Jackson's like, it's cold. I don't want to know what to do. Brian Daboll, shut up with that crap. Come on, man. You're better than that. You know that. He's just trying to hype his team up. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, guys. Don't be scared. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Alrighty, guys, so if you are new here, considering liking and subscribing to the channel that you are listening to us on, facebook.com/manhoursports, or of course at youtube.com/manhoursports. Like it, share us with a couple friends. Sharing is caring at the end of the day. We are live every Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. East Coast time right here on said platform. And then the after hour show is 7 p.m. East Coast time right here on said platform as well. Tonight we got my man Wayne G on. We are going to talk about the New England Patriots and how Bill Belichick should be fired. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about the Derek Carr issue and Jarrett Stidham. Is he really the future in the NFL? We're going to talk about that tonight with my man Wayne G. But let's keep on moving on with the Overreaction Tuesday. Overreaction Tuesday. And our next overreaction is going to go to the Vegas side of things. Josh Jacobs says he is hopeful to return to the Las Vegas Raiders in the 23 NFL season. As you guys know, Josh Jacobs is in a 5th-year / free agent option going to the end of the season. Actually, I think he's an unrestricted free agent. Now, he can't get franchise tagged for $10 million and be forced to stay in Vegas. But earlier this season, he was obviously very unhappy with the situation in Vegas. He says he comes in and works his ass off day in and day out, and the results are just not there. Derek Carr has since been benched. He's probably going to be out of Vegas. We'll see what happens there. Jarrett Stidham possibly is the future, or Aaron Rodgers. We will see what happens there. But when we look at the running back free agent market, there are 4 or 5 teams that come to mind that could really use a running back. First team that comes to mind is the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons are a complete rebuild mode. Yes, they have number 88, his name, Cordell Patterson, right? He is not the guy, right? The Falcons could use a running back. Carolina Panthers, they traded CMC, and they've been kind of doing a running back by committee, being pretty successful at it, like, honestly, but they could use a running back. Even look at the Chicago Bears. That would be a pretty good fit. Justin Fields with Josh Jacobs in the back with no offensive line protection. We'll see what happens. They do have the number 1 overall pick. And then a few dark horse teams that could possibly come in and sneak him out of the rug. Kansas City Chiefs, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. I saw the ears perk up as soon as I said Dallas Cowboys. I see, what? I get it. My producer over there says, what? Yeah, what? The Dallas Cowboys could be an excellent landing spot for Josh Jacobs moving forward. Think about this. Tony Pollard is up for free agency this season. He is a Pro Bowl running back right now. He is arguably the best running back on his team right now, but he is the most underpaid. He is going to warrant some money in the end. $15, $16, $17 million. There are going to be some teams out there, like I just mentioned, the Falcons, Panthers, Bears, Buccaneers, Chiefs, that could reach out for his services. So think about this 1-2 punch. Josh Jacobs and Zeke Elliott in the backfield. Do you think that Josh Jacobs will be willing to take a $10, $12 million payday to go play with the Dallas Cowboys? The Super Bowl champions Dallas Cowboys after the 2023 NFL season is over. Think about that. That could be a very, very dangerous duo. Oh, but maybe, just maybe, Zeke won't be there. Maybe Zeke can get traded off to the Las Vegas Raiders. Or the Panthers, the Bears, the Falcons. Chicago Bears fans, think about this. Number 1 overall pick for Zeke Elliott and somebody else. Would you do that? We'll talk about Combs about that. But Josh Jacobs to the Dallas Cowboys makes the most sense to me in this offseason. So he can fluff it up all he wants. He says he would hopeful to return to the Raiders, but it has to make sense. Just a couple weeks ago, he was pissed off that he was working his ass off and not getting anything in return. Come on, baby. Josh Jacobs to the Dallas Cowboys. It is going to happen. It's got to happen. Josh Jacobs, you want return on your investment, go to the Cowboys. Go to the Chiefs. Yes, he probably doesn't. I mean, Chiefs are kind of a long shot, but they've done the dumber things. They like that veteran running back. Josh Jacobs to the Cowboys, guys, that is not an overreaction at all. It's not. Make it happen. Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, Mike McCarty. Make it happen, baby. Overreaction Tuesday. As we transition to the final segment of the day here, guys, we have talked a little bit about Tom Brady, Brian Daboll, and playoff experience is overrated. Josh Jacobs, we went and ran off about Lamar Jackson, how he is just being plain stupid right now. But speaking of stupid players, let's go down south to Texas. Houston Texans, that is, with the Houston Texans. Brandon Cooks says that on Monday during a press conference that he wants out of Houston. He is tired of covering up this drama and everything else. He wants out. Right? No surprise to us, right? No surprise whatsoever. During the season, well, like week 12, week 13, when the Houston Texans was first eliminated from the playoffs, he says, you know what? I'm not going to play anymore. He sat down for 3 or 4 games. He said, I want to be traded. He never got traded, sat out for 3 or 4 games, and then he come back and play the last couple games of the season, giving him like 706 yards to finish out the season. So when we think of Brandon Cooks, do we think of elite wide receivers? When we hear the name Brandon Cooks, do we think of top 10, top 5, hell, even top 15 receiver in the league? Absolutely not. But when we dive into the stats here, guys, he has spent 10 seasons in the NFL. 10. A motherfucking 10, right? 7 of those 10 seasons, he has 1,000 yards plus receiving. With the Rams, with the Patriots, and 2 with the Houston Texans. This season with the Texans, he probably would have broke that 1,000 yards if he would have sat out for 4 or 5 games. So is it a overreaction that Brandin Cooks' value out there is going to be very, very sought after, much like Odell Beckham Jr. in this off season? Guys, that is an overreaction. That is an overreaction. Why? Not because the stats are not there. Not because the worth ethic isn't there. Not because the production value is not there. It is the price tag. Why did the Packers, Giants, and Cowboys all pass on him during the trade deadline? The price tag. It was the price tag at the end of the day. Let's just be flat out honest. He has another year on his contract with the Houston Texans. He's going to make like $30 or $40 million. I should have looked that up. But it is a very, very steep price tag. Now, maybe the Houston Texans can cut him or do like a sign and trade type of thing. I don't know. Clearly, nobody really want to work with the Houston Texans. Why? I don't know. I don't know. But Brandin Cooks will not be sought after this offseason at a very high rate. It is going to take a team like a desperate team. Let's think of a desperate team. The New York Football Giants might be desperate. The Jets might be desperate. I don't know. Are the Packers desperate? I mean, I think they got a pretty good young receiver core. I mean, there are really no, quote, desperate teams out there that could really use the services of an 11-year veteran, especially a very high-paid 11-year veteran. If we want to overpay for a veteran that is not that is out there, Odell Beckham Jr. Look no further than that. Granted, he has 2 ACL injuries in 3 seasons, right? But at the same time, he is not going to warrant that $40 million. Unfortunately, Brandin Cooks' stats are there. 7 seasons of 1,000+ yards. His rookie season, 623. His last season with the Rams, 635. And the last season, 706. The stats are there. The worth ethic is there. The catch rate is there. He has over a 65% catch rate. So when a ball is thrown to him, 65% of the time, he's going to catch the ball. 15th highest in the NFL the last 4 seasons. But unfortunately, it is an overreaction. There's not going to be a very big market for Brandin Cooks this season. So whether the Houston Texans eat most of that money or somehow find a desperate team out there that's like, I don't know. It's not going to happen at the end of the day. Sorry, Brandin Cooks. I really enjoy you, man. I enjoy your play. I enjoy what you bring to the field. But this season hurt you, man. You could have had 8 seasons over 1,000 yards in 10 seasons. You could have had 80% of your career over the 1,000-yard mark, but you decided to say F everybody this season. I want to be traded and I'm not going to play. I don't know what. It is what it is. But guys, that is going to be it for the Man Hour afternoon today. We are live every Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. East Coast time, right here at youtube.com or facebook.com/Man Hour Sports. Guys, you can check us out. If you like the podcast form, you can download us on Spotify or iTunes, or actually iHeartRadio, I should say. We're not on iTunes, Spotify or iHeartRadio. Check us out. Share us with a couple friends, guys. Sharing is caring. We are live, raw, uncut, every Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. East Coast time. And then the after hours, 7 p.m. Tonight, my man Wayne G joined us to Patriots Talk. If you want to talk a little bit about the Patriots, tune in, guys. It's going to be great. Bill Belichick is going to get fired. Or is he? See you guys in a couple hours. Later.